Hey everybody, it's Tina. You'll wait just a minute to see if anybody comes in. This is just going to be a quick video. I want to share with you guys some things that I have been doing. So we're in the middle of summer here, and I always get these like huge ideas of like memory keeping projects I want to do during the summer. Like I think I'm gonna have all of this time to like dive in and do like memory keeping projects that like maybe I put off during school and things are busy and like I'm just trying to keep up. And then like definitely during the holidays I'm scrapbooking or memory keeping like more. And so during the summer I always think like, oh, I'll have like all of this time, we won't be like running around so much, and I'll have all this time to dive into like memory keeping projects that I don't get to do during the rest of the year. So I had this idea to streamline all of my albums. So this is something that I've been doing with my Simply Documented membership group, and that membership group is $10 a month. And I do all kinds of memory keeping stuff in there. It's kind of where I do like the majority of my memory keeping sharing. And this is something that I've been doing with them, but I am like so deep in this that I thought it would be fun to share with you guys this process, because it has been a huge process. So what started this is I wanted to take all of my postbound albums. This is one that's kind of way more messed up than the majority of mine were. But I wanted to take all of my albums that were in this postbound style album, and I wanted to put them in this D-ring size out, like the normal size album, right, that I use now. And I wanted to get them all down here in my office. So we're in my office. I'm going to back way up. And I have this unit, it's from IKEA, and I decided I wanted all of my albums out here. So there were some in the living room, and they were my postbound ones were in the living room. So the way my albums work is this aqua color and mint color are like our family albums. I'm using this mint color, so it's kind of been complicated. If I would have realized it was going to be like this, I probably would have just ordered the aqua. It's been hard to find these albums. It's like, I don't know if they're redesigning them. They're the We Are Memory Keepers brand. And I don't know if they're redesigning them, but like all of a sudden they were like $60 on Amazon, which is where I was getting them. They're completely out of stock at Walmart.com, which is where I was getting them. And so I had this little tiny chunk of albums from when I switched over to Project Life, and they were from Becky Higgins. They were the Fifth and Frolic, but they were like the cardboard paper kind of albums. They weren't the faux leather. And originally I was wishing that I could find these Fifth and Frolic albums to like switch out my past postbound, but I couldn't find them. So I ended up thinking, well, I won't need that many, and I found this mint color. I'll pull it out here. I found this mint color at scrapbook.com, and this mint color actually is pretty close to the Fifth and Frolic. Like, it's not much different. But I didn't realize I was going to need so many. I thought I could just finish it up in like 2 or 3 albums, and that's not been the case. So what I did is all of my albums are now out here. And the complicated part was I was trying to go back. So I was trying to go like backwards and do it. And I should have just started at the beginning. So my idea is that I want to get all of my albums into these D-ring albums. And then I want to do my spine. So you can see the sticky notes. So I want to do my spines, and I want to do like, instead of doing years, I want to do like volume 1, volume 2, that kind of thing. I'm thinking of doing something like what Becky Higgins did. I have this photo I'll show you. So how beautiful does this spine look? So for my membership group, I shared a bunch of different ideas on how to do your spines. But for me, I have to get everything out here and figure out even where things start. So I just kind of completed this phase of it yesterday, and I wanted to share with you guys. So I need 3 more mint colored albums, and would you believe they're out of stock now? Like, of course they're out of stock, right? Like, so when they come back in stock, I'll buy the last 3. So right here, there's going to be one that is like family history and then like past stuff. Like I have a little bit from my childhood, a little bit from my husband's childhood, like a few layouts that I went back and I did like that when I was in my 20s when I wasn't really scrapbooking, but I had some photos. So there's going to be that. And I think, I'm really thinking I actually might need 2 albums for that. I don't think it would hurt to like start with like volume 1 and 2 being like past stuff and family history. And I have some photos of my grandma, my grandpa's wedding, and some like family pictures like that. So I'll need an album to go here. So it will start like this. So it'll be like family history. That'll be like volume 1. Then this is all of 2005. And then when you come over here, this is all of 2006. I'll put it in an album. This is all of 2007. I'll move that to a mint album. And then we start getting into, this is where things got a little crazy. So this is January and July through 2008. And then this is July through December 2008. And then all of 2009. So this album is it's pretty packed. But hey, Chris, I didn't want to put, like, it was only like 4 or 5 layouts, and I just wanted to get all of 2009 in here. That's basically the issue. I didn't want a few layouts lingering. I'm so glad you joined, Chris. Chris and I are getting our nails done tonight, and I can't wait. We were just chatting earlier, so I'm glad to see you in here. So then I have January and June of 2010. So this is the crazy part, you guys. I have no idea what happened to July. Well, I have July and August 2010 in this, but I have no idea what happened to the rest of my 2010 stuff. It's just like, I can't find it, which was shocking to me. So I'm actually really glad I'm doing this project, because all of a sudden I was like, I can't figure out where the rest of 2010 is. I think 2010 for Christmas is in our Christmas album, but I don't know what happened. So I just had this post-bound album that I love because it has memories on it, and I was keeping that anyway. So I stuck July and August of 2010 in here. Then we get into like where things start to get a little bit normal. January, June 2011, July, December 2011. So I do 2 albums per year. Hey, Bobby, I'm so glad you popped in here. And then all of 2012 is in here. And then it's pretty normal. So 2 years for 2013, 2 years for 2014, and then so on. Here's 15, here's 16, here's 17. And then I went ahead and I picked up my albums for 2018. So now I have like, I know what I'm going to need for all of our family albums, right? So then it's the same thing for my kids. I want them to start with a volume 1, and I want it to be like family history, stuff with me being pregnant. And then what I'm doing is taking the traditional layouts that I did, because this is how I used to scrapbook. So I used to scrapbook like this. So I want to take some photos of some of their baby album pages, and then I'm going to print them through the Project Life app. And so their very first volume 1 will have like some family history, mom and dad history, like mommy and daddy history, mommy being pregnant, and then their first year album, and then it'll start. So Kayla's is right here. I labeled all of hers. And then, so like basically she has some traditional albums, but basically like 2009, 10, and 11, and 12, I got to figure out for her. Like they're not out here. I don't know what I have. I don't know what I don't have. And then I need to get her volume 1, and that will be all of her albums. Violet's albums are a mess because we moved twice. I was pregnant. Like things just got so crazy. I can't even begin to figure out Violet's. Like, I seriously need somebody to help me. Like, I need somebody here where I can lay everything out and, like, kind of talk to them and, like, it's like it gets too confusing for me. Like when I have all of her stuff out and I'm like trying to figure it out and I'm like writing notes down, and it's like I just get too confused and I need somebody else here. So I'm gonna have to find somebody to like kind of help me through that, like do that one day with me. And like, so I can make a list of like what needs to happen with Violet's albums, basically. Andrew's albums are the easiest because he's our youngest, and I've always done Project Lifestyle albums for him. So, and I keep his albums a little bit more simple. So this is 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017 is all in this one album. That's just my kids. I don't know what's going on there with Daddy upstairs. Sorry about that, guys. Oh man, I'm gonna have to tape that. So, anyways, his albums are a little bit easier and there's more in them. And then he has a 2013 album and then his baby album, which I just need to, hey Julie, I just need to like kind of clean up, do a little bit of journaling and fix it. But his albums are good. Like there's no worries there. So basically like this project turned into like something way bigger than I really meant for it to. I thought it was going to be super easy. And the other thing, and this is just, I want, like, this is a little tip, guys, really date your layouts, because I had, so between 2010 and 2012, well, first of all, none of my traditional pages are dated. Like, I guess I just figured, like, I'm putting them in an album and I'll know because I dated the very front of the album. Like, I would be like, this was my 2010 album or whatever. But what happened is I didn't date any of my layouts. So when I was taking them out of albums and trying to figure it out, I was like, what is this? Like I had to have my husband come downstairs and I had to be like, this is like July, but like what year is it? And like, look at Kayla, look how old she is. Like, what year do you think this is? So the other thing that I want to do is once I get them all into the appropriate albums and I get my spines all done, I want to go back and take a date stamp and to put a date on all, like a 2000, if it's 2010, I just want 2010 stamped on it somewhere. So that was the other thing that I realized is like nothing's dated. So I will be so glad when this happens. Again, I need to order 3 more or 4 more Mint albums and they're out of stock right now. So as soon as that happens, I hope that they get back into stock while they're on sale, because those Mint albums were only $20, which that's about the price I like to pay for my albums. I really hate having to spend $30 or $35 on an album, especially when I'm like doing 2 a year. So I cannot wait for them all to be done up here. When I bought this unit right here, it's 2 IKEA units. So it's a 4x4 square unit, and then it's a 2x4, and I just have them stacked. And really my thought process when I got it was that probably this would one day all be filled up with albums, because doing 2 albums a year, that is only 2 years per square, because 4 albums fit in a square. So that, right, like it just eventually it's gonna happen, but I'm okay with that. And then my kids will take all of their albums when they go. So that's why I want them to have some of their baby layouts, because their baby books, I will not let them take, because they were a lot of work. So that's why I want to take photos and then get them printed through the Project Life app, so that they have some of their baby layouts, like their, like Violet, like especially like Violet, I was in a coma after I had Violet. So the first month of her life, I wasn't with her. So her first bath, all of that stuff, I was not there. And luckily the person who she was with took photos. But so I just feel like that is important for me to have, but it's also important for her to have, right? So, but their albums will eventually go with them when they move out, and I won't have to worry about that. So I'll have more room as my stuff grows. And then also maybe as maybe as the kids get older and stuff, maybe I will change things up, and maybe I won't always have two books per year. You know what I mean? Like, you never know how things are going to change, but I definitely kind of thought, like, when I got this unit, like, kind of with the end in mind, if they all filled up with albums, that would be fine with me. So there's just some random stuff here. These 2 brown albums are a wedding project I'm working on. And then they're 2 wedding albums that I need to finish up. And then this is I just got this wedding core kit, and it's for a friend who just got married, and I'm doing a project for her. And then this is a personal progress album. It's like what I used to do my one little word stuff in before I switched to 6x8. So I have these albums, and then I'll show you guys over here. I don't want to make you dizzy, so I'm going to go a little bit slow. But over here on this bookshelf, I have all my 6x8 albums. So for a long time, I did not do mini albums because I think deep down I knew I would love them and I would go crazy. And sure enough, the moment I started doing 6x8 size albums, I loved it and I've gone crazy. So here again, like I need more space for more albums, right? So I just have this, it's just like a normal bookshelf, and then I have my 6x8, and these hold all of my like one little word. So this was like one little word for 2016. So they just look like, I'll just flip through this one really quick, show you guys what it is. It's just like a personal progress kind of thing. So it's like a journaling, it's a workshop I do through Ali Edwards. And it's just really it's about me. I mean, not that sounded weird, but it's like a journaling and like a workshop kind of thing that you do. And so I do one of these every year. So like this was 2016. And it's a lot of journaling, and you follow along with her, and she does like some mixed media stuff and some photo prompts and that kind of thing. Or they'll live with me forever. Yeah, Julie. Like maybe. Right? Like maybe they'll never leave. And then what do I do? Like my plan is to only do an album for them, like through like the time, like through high school. Like, but what would I do? Like, would I keep doing an album for them every year? So that's what all of this is. So this is my 2017 one little word, and then I was like trying to do this fit album, like I was like trying to get healthy. That never happened. Like, so there's like 2 months done in that. And then these are my week in the life. So this was the very first week in the life I did. This was the second week in the life I did classes on those. And then there's some empty albums here, and then this is a work album. So I did this in the Project Life app. And this is just work related, and I'll just keep adding to it. But that's what I did here. I covered that. And that's what that is. I do love my one little word album and that project. It is one of my favorite that I do every year. So that's where I keep my 6x8. Oh, that's funny, Julie. They're 25 and 28 now, and they just moved out. That's okay. Like, I probably wouldn't mind my kids being here. Like, you know, I think I'll probably be sad when they move. Like, we're a pretty close family, but that's funny. Like, I do wonder, like, what would I do? Like, would I keep doing? You just never know, right? But I do plan on, those are albums that I do plan on, like, giving them that they'll take, which I always think, like, what if they don't want them? Like, what if I do all this work and they're like, no thanks, I don't want to take these. Oh, well, right. I guess I'd keep them then. So anyways, you guys, I just thought that I would pop on here and share with you guys kind of what I've been doing memory keeping wise. I'm not, again, it's not that I'm just trying to find a better way to organize my content basically. So I've shared less about Project Life on my YouTube channel right now. I just run out of time to share things, and that's why I did the membership group, and this is kind of what we've been doing and figuring out how to do spines and what works best, and you know, figuring out albums and stuff. So I'll definitely show you guys once I get all of the spines done. Like, that's the big thing, right? Is like, I need to, and I don't even know how to do it. I mean, I know I'll do it like in a digital form, but I don't even know how I'll do this. Like, I'm trying to come up with a template or something. to get all of these done, which was what started this, right? So that's what I'm hoping. They don't have a choice whether or not to take them. I love that. You just have to. I know Kayla will want hers, I'm sure, because she loves scrapbooking, but Andrew and Violet, I don't know if they'll care. Like, really, I mean, Violet actually, like, she surprises me because I rotate my albums out. There's a place in our living room where I keep one that's open, and I just kind of rotate it out. And I'm always surprised because Violet likes looking through it and will, like, she's the one that looks through it the most. So maybe she will care, right? Yes. Thank you, Angela. I do like the volume idea too. And I actually, when I was going back and trying to do this and like labeling them all with the year, I was getting so like, because when I first started, I didn't really have an idea. I was just scrapbooking, right? I had no, I wasn't thinking of, they'll leave a message. Sorry guys. So the other thing is that when I started, I wasn't really like trying to like keep in mind like how many albums I would have. So like these all up here, like some of them all fit in one album. Some of them don't. Like some of them have like this one that has like July through December of 2008 and then all of 2009. So I like the volume idea because then I don't have to worry about it. And I really like the way Becky Higgins did this. This is a photo. I actually did it. It was an accident that I printed this. It was just in my camera roll, but I like how she has the date. And then she has like a few, like my hand is shaking. It's probably hard to read that. Maybe I'll put it down and hold it with both hands. There we go. So I like how she has like some highlights of like what happened. And I think that that is probably the way that I'm going to do it. And then again, I want to have that family history and like some of the past stuff. I really want to have my grandparents' wedding photos. They were married at a courthouse and there's just a very like handful of photos. And especially since my grandma passed away, like I want to have those in an album. Yes, I think as they get older, Chris, you're right. I think that they will understand later in life how special it is, or they'll appreciate it more. And then Karen said she ended up with 6 albums for each of her older nieces and nephews. Yeah, like my goal was to like only have like 6 to 8 albums for my kids, but I don't know that that's going to happen. The girls each, now that I do Project Life, the girls each are getting 2 years in one album. So like this is 2015 and 2016. Kayla has 2017, 2018. So that's probably going to be okay. But I also put not just photos, but they have like a lot of like their schoolwork and different things. And I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but I have lots of different things in there. And I try to utilize the app quite a bit for things that go in their album. But I'm finding that it's probably going to be more than 6 to 8 that they have. And then definitely depending on what goes in their first volume. Julie, so you guys, that's so funny. That's why I'm here. This is really like my heart, you guys. Like that's why I'm sharing. I thought I'd jump on here and share because this is like my greatest desire is to help people. Like I wish I could. Like I totally wish, Julie, I could just come to your house and like help you and be like, well, what do you need? Like, let's do this. Like what's happening? Because that is really what I desire to do. Like, it's what I started out doing. Like, when I started my YouTube channel, it was for, I wanted to create things and share things with people. That's all I've ever wanted to do. So, if you're interested in more Projects Life stuff, my membership group is only $10 a month. And we do stuff like this all month long. It's like, I do live videos. There's digital stuff that I create. We focused on journaling. We focused on, I'm going to be doing a Simply Documented 1.0 where I do how I do project life and like simple ways to keep on top of things, because you guys, I do an album for our family every year, and then I do the albums for my kids. So I do, and they have one for every single year. And I manage, I mean, I'm not always caught up. Everything's not always perfect. But I mean, I have a pretty good handle on it, and I feel pretty good about the things that I'm documenting and how I'm doing it. So those are the things that I want to share. So I'll link on my page the Simply Documented group. So let me show you guys. It's not something that I've talked about. I'm going to show you guys here on my computer. It's not something that I've talked about a ton, just as things have been, as I've been getting things together. But I have a membership group that is $10 a month. I'm sorry, it's super bright over here. It's called Simply Documented. So we have a Facebook group where we interact a ton. So our Facebook group is right here. It's called Simply Documented. It's documenting everyday moments, keeping it simple and making it meaningful. I shared you can see there, I shared my album progress yesterday. So we have this Facebook group, and this is where we interact a ton. And all of my files that I create digital files. They all go on here. And then I just launched the website. And this is just where you can search things out more easily if you're brand new to Simply Documented. You can see what's happening. I have a page for all of my essentials. So like Project Life Essentials, where everything is linked. And then the other thing that I do is whenever I do like right here, streamlining my albums. So I do a blog post, and then I put the video here. I put any links. So like right here, we were talking about labels and like how to label your spines. So I shared a bunch of different ideas that I have found and different ways that you can do it. That way, because my way is not always the right way, you have to really figure out what works for you. So my goal in my membership group is to share with you guys as many ideas as possible and help you figure out what works for you and how to do it. And so like I just did that. And then one of the things that we focused on sorry guys, I actually didn't mean to get like sidetracked with this, but one of the things that we did, let me see over here. One of the things that we did last month is we did stories of home. So this is something that I created some digital Project Life cards, and then we talked about documenting the stories of your home. So down here, I want to get, I guess I didn't upload the photo. So there's a photo up here. Sorry if I'm making you guys sick. So this right here, I'll have to add a photo to this, but I did this whole thing where I took photos of our home and documented different areas of our home. And then I shared how I did that and why I chose to tell the stories of our home the way I did. So, I do that every year. So it's a kind of a series that I do every single year, and I create digital product for it every single year. And, over here on my regular website, there's a page where you can sign up, and I'll leave this and I'll put this link on the Facebook page here for you guys. If you're interested in it, you can join. Again, it's $10 a month. I send out a thank you card and a little gift every single month. So sometimes it's like a sheet of letter stickers. I've sent out, I just want you guys to be able to try different things in your album. So one month I sent out these little tags because I use them in my Project Life album all the time. I've sent out, it's like a little thank you gift for being a part of it. I sent out some Avery index tabs that I use. I just want to help people find solutions. So that's what that's about. So sorry for that tangent I went on. I'll leave the link here on Facebook. And if you're interested, you can check it out. And you can cancel anytime. There's like no penalties. If you just wanted to join for a month to check it out and see what it was all about, you're welcome to do that. It's really easy going. So I'll leave that link for you guys. So anyways, I just wanted to pop in here, share this with you guys, share this project that I'm doing. As soon as it's finished, I'll share again. And I totally appreciate your guys' support, jumping on here, checking this out with me, being a part of my lives, and keeping up on my Facebook page. I just appreciate all of that, you guys. It means so much to me. So I'll leave that here with you guys, and I will get back to work. I'm going to make some cards today and film some videos, and so that I can share later this week. And it's been fun, you guys. So thank you so much, and have a great day.